Good evening. Welcome to We the People Prepping. My name is Dan. Let's talk a little bit about starting a MAG tonight. You know, I'll give you some examples of how I got my MAG started. Okay, I use social media. I created a local group on Facebook for my surrounding area for preppers. Okay, looking for a MAG is basically what it was. I had a series of interview questions in order for people to fill out in order to join the group. Okay, now just because you joined the group didn't mean that you were a part of the MAG. Okay, my questions ranged from: have you ever been in a MAG before? If so, why did you leave? Why do you want to be in a MAG? How many people? If you're going to, is it just going to be you, or is it going to be your family? How many people in your family? What are your skill sets? You know, and what's the skill sets of those that you're bringing with you? What can you contribute to the MAG? These are simple, basic questions that they had to fill out in order just to join the group. Okay, so you know, I asked them on the questionnaire, in your current situation, if the shit hit the fan right now, how long could you and your family survive? Explain your answer as, you know, with your current skill sets and your current preps, how long could you survive? Explain your answer in detail, please. You know, I wanted them to let me know what made them think that they would survive as long as they did, or not survive as long as they did. If they thought that their preps were up to par, you know, I wanted to know about their skill sets. And you know, the reason I ask about how many people they're bringing with them, you know, okay, because that's more mouths that you're going to have to take care of if the shit hits the fan. Okay, and they need to be able to contribute to the group. Now, I understand little kids, you know, aren't necessarily going to be able to contribute that much. They can still do little things, you know, like go around, collect eggs from the chickens and so forth. But you know, splitting firewood, standing guard detail, you know, those kinds of things. Do you have experience in any medical fields, any farming experience, you know, auto mechanics, diesel mechanics, you know, military experience? These are all things that were on the questionnaire, and it sounds like a lot, but I needed to be able to vet people. Okay, I needed to know what they would be able to contribute if they were to join my MAG. Okay, and then if I would approve them after they filled out their application, okay, then I would have to do, well, also, hang on the application, I also put down a general area where my bug out location is. Not, I didn't give an exact detail or nothing like that, you know. I wanted to know how far they were from this area. Okay, because I don't want to extend my MAG out so far that people wouldn't be able to get to the bug out location. Okay, then like I said, after they were approved, you know, they lived close enough, they had the skill sets that I was looking for, you know, things like that. Then, before I would even consider approving them, I had to either video chat with them live or meet them in person, and I preferred to be in person, because when I'm in person, I'm going to ask them a bunch of other questions and judge their reactions and read their body language. You know, do they seem too timid, or do they seem overly aggressive? You know, These are all things that you need to know. What are their belief systems? Because what if their belief system varies from mine? You know, uh, as in helping other people, or even their religious beliefs could come into conflict with mine. You know, so I did not want people that I would not be able to mesh with and that I couldn't be able to depend on. And the best way to judge this was to meet them in person. And generally, I would meet them in person 3 or 4 times before I would even consider letting them into my mag. Okay? And then it would still be a few months down the line before I would even introduce them to my bug out location. Okay? Because I own my bug out location. And they're basically coming into my bug out location to help me do the things I need around my bug out location. Okay. Now, when I bought my bug out location, there was other land for sale around my location, but it's way out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, the closest people around, well, one of them's family, and they're pretty well preppers themselves. I mean, but there's, to the nearest town's about 20 miles. Okay, in any direction. Now, when I got my mag built up enough, the land was still for sale around where I'd bought mine, and I knew this because the person that owned the land was a distant relative of mine, and they weren't in a hurry to sell the land. So, but what happened is, after I got to know these people for a while, I introduced them to my bug out location, and then some of them were wanting some land of their own, so I set it up to where they could buy plots around where mine is. Okay, so that expanded out our perimeter, gave us more room for crops and cattle and so forth. But it was a while before I'd introduced them. It was like 3 or 4 months before I'd introduced them to my actual location, because I needed to get to know these people. We needed to go out in the woods together. I needed to actually see their skill sets. Take them out and have them show me what they can do. Okay, because it's one thing to say that you have a skill set; it's another to prove it to me. Now, we have a couple of nurses, a retired doctor, a practicing veterinarian, some former soldiers, all in my mag. Well, like my oldest son's in my mag. He's a auto mechanic, so we have a fairly well-rounded. There's a lot of farmers in our mag, and we have some teenagers. Now, there was a affidavit that they had to sign before they could join, and before I showed them where my mag was at, stating that they would not reveal the location, they would not bring other outsiders to the location. Just a simple law-binding contract. That way, if anybody broke the contract, then we had just cause to kick them out of the mag. It's that simple. And now we have a rather extensive mag. There's more than enough of us to defend it. Now, when you're setting up your mag, you need to decide before you start setting it up whether it is going to be a one person in charge, like a dictatorship, or if you're going to do like we did, we set up a council. Okay, we have 10 members on the council, including myself. Okay, now the council is voted on by the members of the MAG. But since I'm the one that started the MAG and I own the biggest portion of the property, then I cannot be removed from my seat, but the other 9 can. Okay? Now, I can be, they can all leave and go start a MAG of their own elsewhere, but under the contract, they're not allowed to disclose my location of my MAG and my bug out location. You know, now we all get along great. We go out, we train together. We don't use live ammunition, but we do go out and we will war game out in the woods. Generally, since we're not going to fire live ammunition at each other, we will either do airsoft or paintball. We'll set up ambush situations. We'll do all sorts of things. We practice our skill sets. Everybody tries to teach other people in the MAG things that they know. That way our MAG becomes more well-rounded. Okay, like the retired doctor teaches us as much medical skill as possible. The nurses as well. The veterinarian teaches us how to do animal husbandry and care for sick animals, so forth. My son teaches people about automotive. We all combine our skill sets and teach one another and learn from one another, so that if the shit ever does hit the fan, we will be prepared. Say our doctor got sick. Okay, somebody's going to have to take care of the doctor if he gets sick. So we need people that know how to do that. Same way with the veterinarian. If something happened to him, we still need to be able to take care of our animals. And yes, we have animals on there out at the location, and we all take turns tending to the animals. Since I have family that lives close to there, my family will come down and help out with the tending of the animals. We also set up a treasury. Okay, everybody in the MAG, well, I shouldn't say everybody, because the kids don't really contribute, but every adult member of the MAG contributes $50 a month into the treasury. We use that to buy preps. We use it to fortify our location, to build things on the location that we need built. Like we built, because there's a lot of people in our MAG that don't own any of the land where we're setting up. So we built a bunkhouse to house a lot of the people that don't have a structure there to live in. We have about right now we have about a half acre of firewood chopped and split and ready to go. It's stacked up about 6 foot high, all pretty much a half acre of land. We all get together, we do these things together. We cut the trees down, we split the wood, let it season, all that. We all join in, we contribute and do things together. We're currently putting up a fence around the MAG using the treasury money. Okay? See, these are all things that you need to consider before you start even thinking about setting up a MAG. Is how do you want to set it up? Do you want a dictatorship, a democracy, what? I find that the democracy works a little better. Everybody gets a vote. They bring it to the council. The council works like your Senate, and we talk it all over. If it's something that would be beneficial to everybody, we offer it up to the people. Ask them, okay, you guys need to vote on this. We think it would be beneficial, or we say we don't really agree with this, but we're going to throw it out there anyhow because it was brought up. and get everybody's opinion. But in the end, the council has the final say. Now this has worked out really good for us. We all, you know, we're a pretty harmonious group. You know, um, the former military members that we have, they there's some members of our MAG that they had no firearm experience whatsoever. So they have taken them and taught them to use firearms, and you know, they've been teaching us guerrilla warfare and all sorts of stuff. But these are just little things that people really need to consider before they go trying to start a MAG. You really have to be a cohesive group that can depend on one another when it hits the fan. Okay, because if you're butting heads every time you turn around, and it's not even in a bad place yet, imagine what it would be like when it hits the fan if you're already butting heads now. Now we had to remove a family from the MAG because their 16-year-old son had brought some strangers to the MAG, to the bug out location, and they tore some shit up. Okay, and part of our contract when you sign up is that nobody is no outsiders are allowed to know about the bug out location and all that, and no outsiders are to be brought to the location. So when it was discovered what had happened, and yes, we have security cameras all around there, I can check them regularly on my phone. Okay. Part of the agreement, though, is if you do that, you're gone. No ifs, ands, or buts. You don't. Now each of us has our own personal preps. But the group preps are for the group. Now you can take your personal preps and leave. But whatever's the group preps, you're not allowed to take. If you're thrown out or if you leave, those stay. But your personal preps, they can go with you. Okay. These are just simple rules. We have basically it's like a declaration of our intent and our rules and guidelines, our beliefs. It's all written down. Okay. Everybody abides by it. If you don't abide by it, you're out of the MAG. These were agreed to when they signed up for the MAG. These are what they stick to. It's a pretty simple concept. If you agree to it, then you live by it. Yeah. But this is just something for you guys to think about, because I hear a lot of people out there talking about, I want to start a MAG. I want to start a MAG. It's a lot of work. Honestly, it is. And you need to make sure that the people that are in your MAG, that you can depend on them. Like I said, I took people out before I ever let them come into my MAG. I took them out into the woods and roughed it. We didn't take anything but a bug out bag with us. Okay, whatever was in their bug out bag, that's what you lived off for that weekend or that week or whatever. However long we were out there. You had to show me your skill set. Show me that I could depend on you. Okay, like there was one guy. I was considering him for the MAG, and I took him out. We went camping for 3 days out in the woods with just our bug out bags. Okay, now he had snared a rabbit, and I didn't snare nothing that day, and I didn't catch no fish that day. Okay, now when it came time to eat, he cooked up the rabbit and didn't want to share any of it. Okay, so basically he was telling me that he was going to eat it all and not give me anything. Okay, that right there disqualified him from the MAG. Okay, because the whole point of a MAG is mutual assistance group. Okay, if he is not willing to feed me when I have nothing, then he is not a good candidate for my MAG. Because in my MAG, everybody shares. Okay, if we go out hunting and I bag a deer, I'm sharing it with everybody in the group. Okay, if I catch a whole mess of fish, I'm sharing it with everybody in the group. That is the whole point, to help each other survive. You know, so when he decided that he wasn't going to share his meal with me because I didn't get nothing that night, and he did, and I'll be honest about this, okay? I purposely didn't get anything that night. And I do this to my MAG members when I'm interviewing them. I will purposely go out and not catch any fish, not snag any animals and traps, nothing. That way I can see how they react when I ask them for some of their food, that they caught fish. And if they'll share with me, hey, that shows me that they're willing to cooperate and be a beneficial part of the MAG. If they don't share with me, then the interview's over right there. We might as well pack our shit up and go, because you're not getting in. These are just little pointers on how to go about these things, you know. A lot of people don't think about it, but I'm hoping I'm giving you some pointers here, because, like I said, starting a MAG is not easy. You definitely have to well vet the people that you're letting into your MAG. You know, be cautious. Read their body language. Every time you meet with them, don't automatically just bring them to your bug out location and say, look, hey, you know, okay, because they could be putting on a front. You know, they want to know what you got. You know, because I actually had somebody from another MAG try to join my MAG, okay, just so that they could see what they could steal from us if the shit hit the fan. You know, well, it all came out during the vetting process. You know, and so, you know, it took a little bit of finagling to get it out of him. But the truth came out in the end, and I sent him packing, and I told him, look, when it hits the fan, if I see you anywhere near my bug out location, which he didn't know where it was, but I told him, I know what kind of person you are now. I know what you were up to. So if I find you anywhere near my bug out location, you will be shot. It's that simple. Okay, because I'm going to protect what's mine, and I know that you're out to get what you can get. I'm not playing games when it hits the fan. I'm protecting what's mine and what belongs to my group. Okay, and people like that he was just out to try to figure out what he could steal if it hit the fan, what him and his group could come and try to take from us. Now, we're a well-armed group, and we're well-trained. We train, you know, well to get together at least, at the very minimum, you're required 1 weekend a month, at the very minimum. Now, our MAG does get together, members of our MAG get together every weekend and train. You know, it's whenever you can spare the time, go out and train. But you're required at least 1 weekend a month to come out, train, you know, work on preps, you know, all that kind of stuff. But, well, I hope that I've actually helped. You know, if you have questions about starting a MAG or anything about your MAG that you're concerned about, feel free to email me. I'll get back with you. I'll answer your questions. That's what we're here for. That's why we're a community, is to help one another. So if you need help, reach out. I'll give you pointers. There are other people out here that will give you pointers. You know, John from Prepper Nation, Pinball from Pinball Preparedness, Grim Survival. You know, James from Grim Survival. He'll give you pointers. I mean, there's lots of us out here that are here. That's the whole reason we're on YouTube, is to try to share the knowledge and help each other out. You know, North Shore Preparedness. All of us. We're all here. You know. Everybody has some sort of skill set or some knowledge that they can pass on that'll help other people. I'm more than willing to pass on any knowledge that I have. If you find that it's not useful, discard it. You know, if it doesn't fit your situation, discard it. If it helps you, it helps you. That's the whole point. This is Dan with with We Were the People Prepping. We will talk to you later. You have a good night. God bless each and every one of you. Bye-bye.